Warning: heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 9. You have been warned. Despite the lack of action, I absolutely loved Episode 9. Go check out my full review for that. And to the 2.6 thousand people that hated the episode, not every episode of Solo Leveling has to be action-packed. We need to have these small, intimate character interactions and moments in order for us to truly appreciate the fights. Moving on from that, on Tuesday we got a new teaser trailer for the next big arc, the Jeju Island arc, and OMG mate, these scenes looked absolutely phenomenal. But while we had a new trailer for this new arc, at the same time of that release, we actually got 3 new preview images. I completely forgot to talk about these 3 scenes when doing the Jeju Islands trailer breakdown. Now, 2 of these preview images have already been shown in the trailer, but the other 3 were not, and I completely missed them. Just to let you guys know, I am an anime only and do not know the future of the manhwa, so unless you put a gigantic spoiler warning alert on your comments, please avoid spoiling anything in the comments section. That way me and other anime onlys like myself can enjoy Solo Leveling spoiler free. The first scene, we have Sung Jin Woo looking on at the potential fight with the Korean and Japanese teams. It's actually quite rare for Sung Jin Woo to be somewhat interested in anything other than fighting the bosses in those dungeons, and seeing Chai Hai-in, the dancer, absolutely go crazy. Her fighting style looking awfully similar to Angelina Ballerina. I think Sung Jin Woo is rather impressed. Sung Jin Woo did admit that he was rather impressed with Chai Hai-in, the dancer's aura back in season 2 episode 4. And if this one S ranker can impress Sung Jin Woo, what on earth will an entire team of Japanese and Korean S rankers do to his trousers? The dude is going to be absolutely gobsmacked when these S rankers unleash their powers. But at the same time, notice how his hair is flapping in the wind. I do wonder if Sung Jin Woo will end up fighting any of these S rankers. I mean, we can't forget that Sung Jin Woo is the new S ranker, so he has to train alongside these guys, right? If so, oh my gosh, I am looking forward to this fight. I wonder if it will be some sort of battle royale. That will be cool. I do feel like out of all the characters he could potentially fight, Yeonwoo would be the #1 opponent for Sung Jin Woo, as back in season 2 episode 2, the two of them had that pretty damn intense stare down, and I was like, oh, these guys are going to fight sometime in the future. I could just feel it in me wee bones, laddie. The next scene is of 4 characters from the Japanese team. We saw a little bit of the buff dude's power, looking like Goku going Super Saiyan. We saw a bit of the Spiky Boy and the Eye Patch Man in the trailer. Eye Patch Man has an interesting ability. I wonder what that red eye power does. But what about the girl in the purple shirt? I wonder what her abilities are. And the final scene that I missed out is Chai Hai-in, the dancer, and Yeonwoo staring in absolute shock at what appears to be some sort of battle. But who could be fighting? While I assume it could potentially be them watching their other team members fighting the Japanese team, Yeonwoo and Chai Hai-in, the dancer, never give these type of expressions when it does not involve one Sung Jin Woo. I have a strong feeling that Sung Jin Woo is going to be fighting an opponent, unleashing his powers, shocking these guys, because it's not the first time these guys have been shocked by Sung Jin Woo. But who could Sung Jin Woo be fighting? Well, there are 2 people I have in mind. Goto, the leader of the Japanese team, and Guildmaster Troy. Maybe those 2 team up together to fight Sung Jin Woo. It is just a theory of mine. It may or may not happen, but I can't think of any other reason as to why Chai Hai-in, the dancer, and Yeonwoo would be looking in absolute shock. Speaking of Yeonwoo, I have a theory regarding him. In season 2 episode 9 of Solo Leveling, White Tiger leader Yeonwoo was having a catch up with his old buddy, old pal, S ranker healer Min, and the 2 of them recall a buddy of theirs called Eon-suk, and how the 2 of them want to go back to the Ant Island to more or less get revenge on those ants for what they did to their best friend. We had a flashback in the same episode of Eon-suk talking to Min. Eon-suk talks about how Yeonwoo can be an absolutely unpredictable man in both personality and powers, and how they are the only 2 people who can somehow help him. In the same episode, Yeonwoo was fighting like an absolute beast, but even then this guy was holding back, because according to Guildmaster Troy, the man turns into a monster. Oh my gosh, I have a strong feeling that when they go to the Jeju Island arc, something bad is going to happen to S-Class ranker healer Min, Yeonwoo's best friend, That entire exchange they had in the cafe was so heartwarming and endearing that I have a strong feeling that Min is not going to make it out alive. Heck, in the trailer for the Jeju Island arc, the two of them have a brotherly exchange, and it's so wholesome. The other characters are smiling in the background. Mate, in these type of stories, whenever the characters are going to say, we're going to make it out alive, something bad always ends up happening. My theory as an anime only is that Yeonwoo will see something bad happen to S-class ranker healer Min, and the dude will go absolutely crazy. The way the Guildmaster Troy talks about Yeonwoo's powers turning him into some sort of monster, and the way Eon-suk talked about how Yeonwoo changes when he gets serious with his personality changing, I do wonder if his powers are somewhat similar to Naruto's nine-tailed beast powers. Whenever that boy got mad or upset or angry, he would turn into an absolute monster, and I feel like that may end up coming true. In the scene, he mentions how he has never once met anyone who dislikes fighting magical beasts, and he wonders if that bloodlust when it comes to fighting off these magical beasts is the key to awakening your true powers. Maybe Yeonwoo's powers haven't fully been awakened, and maybe if Yeonwoo is pushed emotionally and physically to his limits against the flying ants, maybe digging deep into the dark pits of his soul will be the key to reawakening his powers to become one of the strongest in the world. Back in Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 8, Iseo mentioned how all of Demonkind had to band together to defeat one main threat. I do not think it is any surprise that this threat is potentially going to be the flying ants, the Ant Queen and all of her subordinates. But what if the ants aren't the true threat? Maybe the true threat are human beings who awaken their true powers, digging deep into the dark parts of themselves, that bloodlust in wanting to fight no matter what, whether it's for the good of the people or just for your enjoyment. Maybe the true villains aren't the flying ants, but the 7 deadly sins within every human being. Yeonwoo's 7 deadly sin may actually be wrath, and maybe his powers will become a threat to humanity. Yeonwoo may end up going so down the dark path that he potentially could end up being one of the final bosses of the show that every S-class ranker in the world will have to defeat. Maybe Sung Jin-woo could also go down that dark path and side with Yeonwoo. In the same episode, he talks about how he has gone down a path that he may not be able to come back from, ending the lives of many humans despite them being scumbags. The man has blood on his hands. Maybe he will have a Walter White / breakdown where now that his goal is complete and he doesn't need to continue, he would want to continue and want to keep fighting. Maybe Sung Jin-woo will unconsciously put his family in danger in order to give him motivation to fight whatever enemies come his way, whether they are demons, ants, or humans. If this will be the final twist in the series, oh my gosh, that would be absolutely dark, but very interesting. Again, this is just a theory of mine. It may or may not happen. Overall, I love the new preview images. It's gotten me so hyped for Season 2 Episode 10, and I cannot wait to watch it on Saturday. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of these 3 preview images? Are you hyped or not for the new episode on Saturday? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more Solo Leveling videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do the view signing out.